Again, people try to cut corners and save money, learn the hard way. I'm going to have Laura come up for a quick chat. Shepherd Aspire. Okay. She just started with us and she's killing it as far as permits. I mean, killing it. Like, she's teaching me how to do permits. So, okay. Sorry. Yeah, so we're working on a particular project right now. I can't say anybody's name or the address, but this project has been going on for, you know what I'm talking about, right? Starts with an R. How long would you say it's going on for?
4 months.
About 4 months. Okay, I'll tell you what they did. I'm not going to say who it is. The customer decided to put, was it a gazebo or?
They call it a gazebo. It's a very large structure. I call it more like a pavilion.
Yeah, they decided to put a pavilion up. They hired somebody from South America.
Yes.
They hired somebody from South America because guess what?
A good friend.
It was cheaper. They hired somebody from South America to save money. Okay. Crocodile? Oh. But they hired somebody from South America. They put the gazebo up, and the township soap code official just happened to be driving around the neighborhood. Oh wow, look at that. A big beautiful structure almost hitting the neighbor's house. So they called us up because we do the consulting work. We dived into it and figured out what happened. Again, because they're trying to save money, they called another contractor. And what's going on? First, they almost got a $2,000 fine right off the bat. We stopped that. We helped them. We took in over as a contractor to help them. We saved them $2,000. Second, they had to hire what? What was the next thing they had to hire?
An engineer.
A professional engineer. Okay, they had to have a survey done, a plot plan done, the engineering drawings about 3 times. We had to have a crane guy come out there to give us an estimate because the thing's so big, we have to move it over so it's, what is it, 8 feet from the neighbor?
Yes.
It has to be 8 feet from the neighbor's property line. Right now it's what?
3.5.
It's 3.5. It's 3.5 feet. The neighbor's got a nice big 3.5 feet structure for free. So it needs to be 8 feet away from the neighbors. So now, again, because the thing's so big, we can't lift it and move it. We had to have a crane guy give us a price to lift the whole thing up. We do all new footings, have the footings inspected. While the footings are getting inspected, have the whole big structure sit in the backyard, and then have the crane guy come back again to move it in place. This is what we're trying to do because we stick to our customers. We tell them we're going to do something, we're going to do it. She wanted to keep it, so we're doing everything we can for her to keep it. And this has been going on 4 months, all because she didn't get a permit the first time.
The moral of this story, I think, is you think your house is your own until the township gets involved. And you actually, it costs money to get the permit, to get the approval, but in the long run, it could save you a ton of money, like in this example.
Like, why not just do it right the first time, hold the permit? You're going to have to do it anyway. Even if somebody else buys the house, like if you try to sell it and try to hide it, just pull the permit. What are they going to do, reject it? Then you fix it, you know? I mean, if you're not pulling a permit because you're trying to save money, you're actually losing money. And then tell her what's going on with all these townships, like with the inspector, electrical inspector and all that.
So, right here in this area, Berkeley, Beechwood, Bayville, Pine Beach, they have like one inspector right now, so the towns have to work together. So you could start your project, tomorrow, file your permit the next day, and then 3 months down the road you'll hear something because it gets held up because there's just not they don't have the staffing to keep things moving.
Yeah, it seems like for some reason people don't want to work for these townships anymore. They're having a hard time finding all these inspectors and some code officials. So now one inspector is sharing like 4 towns, and he's killing himself. So now if we pull a permit, say like in June, we may not get approved until September. So it's turning. Yeah,
Question for Laura. Is there a particular town that is more difficult than others?
Not that I've found so far.
It's all pretty level?
Pretty straightforward across the board, yep.
Is the towns are a little bit more difficult?
Thank you.
Only because the projects
The
that
MCOs are, yeah.
But,
Okay.
based on
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So they're all pretty much the same. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it all, like she's saying, it all depends on what type of project you're doing. Like if say you're just like replacing like a meter pan, that might be a quick approval. But if you're gonna like wire an addition, it might take longer, you know? Yeah, so again, like, there's no other way to say it. Just pull the permit, you're gonna have to pay for it anyway. Anybody ever needs any help, we have the permit system down to like a science. Like Laura has it, like she can do it with her eyes closed. We have a really good system, we use all digital systems. We make sure all the permits are in the township's office before we start it. Yeah, if it's an emergency, we have 48 hours to hand the permit in, we're allowed to do it. But we always notify the township. All right, well, let's give it up for Laura. Thank you.